Okay, we are recording now. Great. Most of you know the routine, but for the new guys here, basically I'm putting these Avi levels on the watch list on all these tickers. So let's get some new ones on. Apple is first. Where is it? So looking at the 8 a.m. candle right there. You got the low, got the high, and that's the measured move. I like it when these levels are large, as in there's good distance between them. Let's see, we got Microsoft. Where do we put it? Yeah, just about there.
Hey, Avi,
Yeah.
about our conversation this morning, you probably will do this, but can you go through the tickers and explain
Yeah.
the fractal pattern on the 30 minutes to catch the bigger moves and see
Mhm.
for today what is interesting, what is not interesting, or when it will become interesting? But you will probably do that already.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I get the levels on, then we'll zoom out, look at all these tickers, and see what looks good. For
Great,
sure.
thank you.
Yep. So we're on NVIDIA here. 8 a.m. is right there. That smaller activity on NVIDIA so far. I'm actually already seeing some interesting patterns. So we might have some fun today. AMD's next. Zoom in better. For those of you guys who don't know, basically I'm finding the Avi levels here, which is nothing more than putting lines on the high and low of the 8 a.m. candle, and the rest of the lines are just the same distance away. So you can do it manually. I've just configured this tool to do it. Makes life a little easier. There it is. That's 7:30. That's 8. Wow, this is interesting. Look at the SPY. All bearish. Very interesting. I like the look of this. Okay.
For AMD, you put it at 8:30, not the 8. Maybe I'm wrong.
Really? No, I make these mistakes all the time. I need you guys to catch me. 8:30. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. And what would be funny is then if you have successful trades off of the 8:30 candle, we have a whole new world to think about, right? It's one of those fortunate mistakes. I do this kind of stuff all the time. I don't pay attention to detail too much, so thank you. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Cool, man. Okay, SPY, is that 8?
So Avi, it is 8 to 8:30 or 8:30 to 9?
8 to 8:30.
Okay, thank you.
Unless I screw it up, as you just saw. Then, we can play with other stuff. No problem. We need someone in here to volunteer to make sure these levels are in the right place. How about that? There's a new job opening. Who's interested?
Got it.
Thank you. That'd be great.
What does it pay?
I don't know. We'll find out. It's an internship.
Yeah, right.
Now the ROI from Avi every day is worth it. So.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. One of the reasons I prefer day trading as a job is because I don't have to deal with people, specifically employees. God, look, I'm doing that again. Is that 8 o'clock or 8:30? It's 8 o'clock. I got the level wrong. Second time today. Is dealing with managing people as a manager or a boss. I found that the most complex thing to do, even if the work is simple. It's dealing with people that's not simple in that role, in that capacity. So I try and avoid in those situations. All right, new strategy on Meta. I'm not going to put the 8 a.m. candle. If you look at the 8 a.m. candle here, it's tiny. It's already irrelevant as it's always been on Meta. So the new strategy I'm working on is just looking for extreme drama. So zooming out a bit, well, the price action is down there, but zooming out, you have this. Look at this. It was very weak, and we found an absolute bottom down here. We have another absolute bottom down here. So I'm going to put these two levels on. You have 579, and lower we have 575-ish. Up here we have these. You can see the high a couple days ago. Very obvious. So right now we have this one. This is interesting, where Meta came straight down and reversed in a huge way. So I'm going to put this one on. Now we have Meta basically straddled by levels. Let it get there, and we'll figure it out. This is the old strategy. This is what I used to trade in 2023 and 24, half of 24. So just put those levels on, and then we'll look at it later as the market opens. Let's see. We got Google. All right, there we go. Levels on the charts. Everything's there. That's the entire watch list. Now, what's interesting? We can go through this. It's not too difficult really today. Look at Apple. You can see it's been bearish, and it broke through here. This big red candle consolidation broke out again from 211 to 11.5. So what I'm thinking is at the open, if it pulls up and rejects 211.5, that is a retest of this breakout, and you're going down towards 210. So there you go. There's one thing already in play. I like the look of it. And we have NVIDIA. It's not as clean because it broke down a fair few times. You can see the breakdown happening now, but it did this earlier. Lots of false breakouts, so it's harder to trust this breakout. But again, similar to Apple, very similar. 117 is basically your area. If it pulls up and rejects 117, you could take a short. I'd rather be closer to the levels there, which Apple is providing right now. NVIDIA, not so much. What else looks good? Let's look at the SPY, as always, looking at the SPY. Oh, again, consolidation, breakdown. It's a good one. You can see this long tail hammer. It's pretty good. It's been bearish from yesterday's high. And this is the consolidation before the next move down. And this long tail hammer is a decent setup. And sure enough, the move's already done. Same thing. If it pulls up and retests in the rejection of this area, 561.50 or so, that would be a short, which I believe will happen later in the day because it's already opening down there, most likely. So for now, for the open, I have most conviction on Apple. I don't see anything else that makes sense. It's just Apple for now.
So Avi, the lines which you have marked are from like all lines are on the downside, nothing on the upper side, right?
At the moment, no. I just want to make sure I got lines around the price action. So the price is here. I want the lines above and below where the price is right now. And then I'll put further lines on the chart as the price moves. No big deal.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Piyush, go ahead.
Hey, Avi, sorry I missed what you said on Meta. I think the 8 a.m. candle was too small, so you were manually drawing support and resistance levels. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, well, it's not even support resistance at this point. Yes, it's too small on the 8 a.m. candle, and we've seen every day that it just rejects those levels. It doesn't even bother with them. So I'm looking for just major reversal levels. I call it drama levels. When it goes one way, then it turns around. So we can see the absolute bottom here, big double bottom. You can see a higher bottom. That was basically yesterday. So it goes and it just jumps away from there. You have this big bearish activity and there, made a big bottom there. Actually, even aligned previously. Didn't see that earlier. You have this one here, absolute high of a couple days ago, and it was retested. And then when the breakout happened yesterday, it was huge, right? So the price is here, and we're straddled with a couple of levels. I'm probably not going to look at this at the open. Let the action settle down after the opening volatility. Then we'll revisit this and see what's setting up, if anything. If you can pick some patterns at levels. But again, this is nothing new. This is, you guys who've been trading with me for a while, you've seen all through 2023, I traded this stuff. Just manual levels on the 30-minute charts. And it's just fractal patterns, nothing more. The only difference is I'm doing levels in a different way, just because Fibonacci levels don't really seem to work these days on Meta.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So Apple has been the most interesting so far, as we discussed. Consolidation to a breakout. What you want to see is also a consolidation on the smaller time frame before the breakout. So let's zoom into the 1 minute. And there it is. You got that descending wedge right in this area. The breakout really happened slightly above the level. But anyways, you can see that. That leads to a good breakout. Flat bottom, descending highs. So it pulls up at the open, rejects that level. I think it could set up for a good short. And if we're truly doing that short, let's have levels further down as it continues down. So, yeah, there we go. Measured moves. 210 and then the 209 zone. Let's see how it behaves. Damn shame on the SPY, huh? It's already gone. I don't like it when it does that. Ideally, it opens in a good place.
Apple had a good volume. Pre-market volume is 1.2 million.
Really? Okay. Cool, man. That's the thing. I don't look at volume purposefully. I have no interest in volume, but good to know. Is there some news?
I don't know. I'm just checking.
All right, cool. And yeah, with that, let's also look at the calendar, make sure that we don't have any crazy news coming out. Yeah, Mahendra, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Avi, is there any indicator in the trading view to set these equidistant lines, or we have to draw them manually?
I don't
Manual.
use TradingView. I don't know, but yeah, I think manually.
Okay.
Actually, somebody in here created a script for TradingView, and it's within our chat. I think in the general channel. Just ask in our Discord, and you'll find it. Somebody did create a script where it just populates the lines on your chart. So
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I love the community. There's so much knowledge all around.
Apple TV is bleeding over 1 billion yearly. That's the news.
Oh, fantastic! Just pocket change, huh?
Yeah.
This thing's gonna bought back up quick, isn't it? I don't know. Let's see. Anyways, but yeah, that's the thing about news. I don't really bother with it. I'm more interested in price action. It's good if there's news. That means the price will move. But even if there isn't, if the price still moves, that's the most important thing. I'm trying to find where we have any announcements or anything coming out today on the calendar. There's nothing. AM. Oh, PM. Okay. Wait. There's something. I'm seeing something wrong. Something's not in the right place. What's the date? 21st.
Hey, Avi, it's triple winching day today.
Fantastic. More volatility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple
And
witch.
someone was saying like, okay, it's going to be like 4 trillion of the puts or what, like, so something like this.
Great. Well, it has no impact on my trading, but I mean, there's a theory out there it makes the day choppy, but I've seen it both ways. You have Fridays which are choppy, you have Fridays which are beautiful, whether it's triple witching, quadruple witching, if there's no witches in town, whatever. So I haven't seen any reliable data to show me that on triple witching day you should not trade. So anyways, if you all look at that, cool. Again, these are indicators I'm just not interested in. Again, all of them, if they do exist, they influence the price action. And so what am I watching? The price action. Everything boils down to that anyway. So might as well just pay attention to one thing, right? Okay, there's nothing on the calendar until 1 p.m. And basically there's nothing significant today that I can see on the news. So other than the witches coming to town and yeah, some options volatility stuff. Okay, that Apple's already making a move. Yeah, things are already moving. Let's have a look at NVIDIA. Still have, 5 minutes to the open. So did the breakdown. You gotta understand a couple of things here, guys. These levels are not precision. I don't use them as precision. So I would think, okay, the level, you take it from there. But the precision comes from the price action. And you can see the low is here, where it broke down earlier on NVIDIA. It's just about 117. So if NVIDIA pulls up, retests 117, not necessarily the level, but 117, that would be good enough to consider a retest of a breakout. Let's go into the 1 minute and have a look. There you go. See that 117. And it got there, breakout, retest. Even just did a retest a few minutes ago. That's the entry right there a few minutes ago. If that happened at the open, if it still happens at the open, that could be a good one. So 117. I'm liking the look of this. Oh, now it goes. Okay, everything broke. All right. Look at that. Anyone catch that? Pre-market trade. Oh, man.
Why don't we jump in the pre-market? What's the reason not to?
Do it. Tell me how you like it. I don't like it for 2 reasons. One is the options aren't available in the pre-market. The other is you cannot actually put a hard stop in place. It won't trigger. You got to watch it and hit the button to exit your positions. So I've done that before where I've gotten 2 hours before the market open and I have to sit there and watch it every second. And it's more volatile than the regular day. You know, jumps and gaps and all kinds of stuff. It will pass where you plan to stop. And for 2 hours, you're just sitting there. You're nervous as all hell. So I don't do it anymore.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I was playing around with it and I put a stop on it and it just went right by the stop. And I was like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, stops don't work in the pre-market. You have to hit the button, market orders and stuff, or limit order. I don't even know what it is. It just doesn't work. So don't waste your time with it. There's easier ways to make money. Right now, I'm trying to see what's working. We have Time is it? We have about 3 minutes to the open, 3.5, and I don't see anything worth it. Again, Nvidia, I mean, it already moved down. If it goes back and pops up, the SPY is already gone. Forget about it. That's a damn shame. I'll have to be patient today. No trades at the open yet. Google, Meta.
Avi?
Yeah, yeah, I'm watching it. That's that hammer. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Don't know.
he's strong, right?
Yeah, yeah. Ara, go ahead. You got a question? In here? No. Yeah, Google's got that hammer shape to it. Let's zoom out and look at that. That could be fun if it closes that way. If so, let's look at it. It's been bullish since the low, and it's a pullback on a bullish move. It closes a big hammer, but it's happened after a big red candle, so it's invalid. Forget about it. There's nothing here that you can trust. Yeah, I don't trust anything right now. Perhaps this is all that witching stuff going on. I don't even know.
So is Tesla just like a large chop area between like yesterday's high and low?
Yeah.
It is. Are we still in there?
I don't want to touch it. I mean, you can scalp inside here. This is a disaster.
Yeah.
But once it breaks 238, boom, that's a good one. You can see the trend. It's up, right? All these lows are getting higher. You got an absolute high there. Basically, break of pre-market high would be a fun one today. But this week so far, Tesla's been doing that, but it's taken 2 hours to get into. So patience, wait for it. Then you go through 240 and you're into that high over there, about 242. So yeah, there's a bullish perspective on Tesla, but it's not opening there. So you have to wait for it to set up. Okay, we have about a minute and a half to go, and I don't see anything that I would trade at the open. So it's the first day in a long time where I'm not seeing much that we could jump into. Apple, again, maybe, is the only one that, yeah, Apple's getting very interesting. I think Apple's the only one worth looking at. Nvidia, hard to read. Not Meta for sure, not Google. All right, we got a minute to go. Let's get into it on Apple. Yeah, Mahindra, go ahead.
Avi, I see that most of the tickers at 8 a.m. have very, very small candles, most of the tickers.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'm doing right or I'm doing something wrong.
Are you using DOS? Are you getting the same levels we're getting here?
I'm using TradingView and I'm getting the same.
Yeah, I've heard TradingView doesn't have the same information, but that's what I've heard. Look at the levels on my charts and tell me if you find them in the same place. And if not, then that's showing you that's not the same.
So here the candle, which is like a kind of the small dozy, that's the 8 a.m. candle, right? Yeah, these are the same.
Same, all right, then you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, this Apple 30-minute candle is about to close as a big hammer. Real quick, I'll show it to you. There it is. So the new high basically bounced off this level. If it's strong off this level, I'm going long. That's the trade. That's the only trade I see possible in the next 3 seconds. Let's see how it behaves. You gotta zoom into this. It's too far in. One, that's it. It's long. So I'm getting long here on Apple. Oh man, these contracts are so cheap. I hate it when it's cheap. The stop is basically below the price action, just around 211. It's already going to go through the level. Forget the level. I'm going through it. I did that yesterday, and these levels are too small. It's not even 30 seconds in the day, and it's already gone. So forget about it. Just going to hold it through the level. What's the next level up? We have about 214. Once we get into pre-market, we'll see. Pre-market high. These contracts are stupid cheap. The problem with the cheap ones is you have to take a larger size, then commissions become a problem. That's the only real issue with these options when you get into 0DTE stuff. They're all cheap. All right, it's worth putting a stop in place now. It's just consolidating before it continues. The market stop in here for 80 cents. There it is. Okay, so I've got that stop in place. What else is good? Anyone see anything? Meta's got that hammer. Oh, no. Okay, Meta. I'm going to look at Meta. Guys, take a look at this. This is going to be fun. 30-minute chart. Meta closed the hammer. This is a reversal. If it goes through this level, I'm going to get long on Meta. I'm going to keep an eye on Apple on the other screen as it goes through 213. Ooh, it's messing around with 213. Uh-oh. Nope. Is it? What is it doing? I have to de-risk this fairly quickly. Anyways, the stop's in place on Apple, so it's, I don't have to think too much about it. Either it goes or it doesn't, and that's the key about trading. You gotta let it run if it wants to run. Okay, Meta is strong up here. I want to take this long, but it's very tricky. 590 level. 590 makes good sense. You have to go small with Meta. Oh man, $4. It's a $2 stop on Meta. It's very complicated. So I'm waiting for Meta to show me strength through this level, not resistance, but strength. Then we'll be in business. What's Apple doing? It's retraced half the move. I'll let it be. And the whole thing on Meta is to put on not a big size and let it run for the day, which is, as we all know, very scary. You have Tesla broke pre-market high as well. If you guys like that ORB stuff, Meta's in a good consolidation here, but it's not continuing yet. Apple's retesting its breakout. Let that one go. Come on, Meta. Wait, let me make sure Apple, the stop is in the right place. Just go on a 5-minute chart and let's have a look. Yeah, it's right below the price action, so that's okay. Back to Meta. This is resistance at the moment. Just waiting for this to go up. It's not bearish. If anything, it's going to stay there or get bullish. It's not giving you a reversal indication at all. It's just sitting up at that high. Ooh, Apple did a good bounce already. I like that. Let's see if it really wants to go. There goes Meta. Okay, there's a big buyer in there. Very nice. So long Meta. I'm going to put a wide stop. And again, I'm going to not manage this trade. I don't want to even add into it. It's one of those, it's a different strategy than what you guys are used to. Sell. Where? Oops. What have I done? Oops. Let me have a mistake somewhere. It's at 3, not 0.3. Okay. There's Meta. Okay, the stop's in place on Meta. I'm going to let it run for the targets. The target is 592, initial target. Okay, let's look at Apple. So I got in that long early in the first minute, about here, hit the level, bounced off, ready to go back. This is a good bounce. I like it. Retest of the breakout. Actually, it's a good place to add, but I'm in already a heavy position with 0 DTE. It's kind of hard to add. What would make more sense is just to de-risk a little by moving the stop in tighter. These 1 minute, these option charts are just complicated. But there you go. I want my stop not below the first candle, but below the recent low right there, which is approximately there. So good. So I've cut down the risk by about half so far. Just going to let this ride. But if it really struggles here, this is a problem because this is options. If it was just Apple's directly, it would be easier to hold. But because of options, I might de-risk it. Yeah, I will, I think. It's not breaking through. I had 400. Okay, let's just downsize this to 200 contracts. Yeah, there you go, approximately 200. Well, not break even. This is de-risking. This is not profit taking. Oh, come on, move that stop because the stop is still down there below the price action. Just going to let it sit. And there will be an opportunity to add above. If it is a breakout, it'll be good. If it stops me out, no big deal. It'll end up all at break even anyway. So I'm keeping a close eye on this. We haven't seen these in a while, these hammer tail setups. Seen it on Apple today and Meta right before the open. And Google, but Google's not trustworthy. Not that Meta is trustworthy either. What else? Anyone see anything interesting? SPY is an absolute disaster for now. AMD super weak. Wow. Who caught that? Super weak. AMD is a good setup. Yeah, AMD is a good setup. Yep. AMD and NVIDIA, both interesting, but AMD I got an eye on. Oh, what the hell? Look at that. Reverse ABCD. If you guys like volatility, this is it. This is a breakdown. It's setting up nicely. Let's see what happens. Oh, man, that came and stopped me out. Damn thing. Okay. Anyways, AMD's not in my playbook. So Meta came and stopped me. All right, let me go back into, yeah, there we go. Let it be. I've got Meta on a 30-minute on the other screen now, and just let it sit. So you can see what it was. It was a good setup, and it made the new high. Realistically, I mean, naked trading rules, I should put the stop below the 30-minute candle. I've been, too aggressive. But let's see. It'll provide another setup, most likely. Yeah, it's going to bounce somewhere. Going to keep an eye on this. Microsoft has a big hammer tail as well, but it's not trustworthy. Apple, I'm still in it. It hasn't stopped me out yet. Gonna wait and see. Tesla's bullish. Tesla did a breakout. Oh man, who caught Tesla? I was telling you guys it's a breakout, but I didn't catch it. Look at this, guys. Tesla. The whole thing was here. If it breaks pre-market high, off it goes. Sure enough, it did. It went straight to the next level, reject there. So you have that scalp opportunity if you're into this stuff. Again, not something I typically trade, so I'm not really watching it. But I've still got Apple. I'm still waiting for an opportunity to add in. What's encouraging is it's just getting higher and higher. These lows are getting higher. It's a nice little sign. But let's see. Google's very positive. But let me see. I didn't trust Google because it happened after a big candle. Again, perspective. It is a big candle. You don't want a big hammer tail after a big candle the other direction. Hard to trust. Oh, the difference with Google and Meta is actually there's a very slight difference. So Google, I mean, if you don't see it as a unusual candle, the long would have been at 161. You would have survived all this chop and keep going. All right, we're getting some positivity in the market now. Apple again, I'm still watching it, trying to find a way to put the size back on. I de-risked it, but I want to put the size back on it if it truly starts moving. And I got 212.50. These contracts are in the money. That's okay. I can live with that. Anyone else catch anything? Anything good? Here we go. We got that ascending wedge. Look at that. That's actually a really good piece of action right now. This is looking very encouraging for the long on Apple. For Meta, I'm looking at the opening price. It's at the opening price now. Again, Meta's a different strategy, completely something else than what you've seen lately. Just got to keep an eye on it. NVIDIA again now, breaking right through it, through 116, those of you who like all that stuff. Position market, I'm going to try and buy more Apple calls if it goes through. At this point, I'll buy the breakout, not the retest, if it goes through. NVIDIA, man, that's really great. NVIDIA is looking seriously good for a short. For those of you guys who like it, it's not good on a 30-minute, but 1 minute's pretty encouraging. Look at that. Did the ORB breakdown again through the level of 116. It's happening. The retest is happening. If it's truly weak off of there, you have a short. So that could be fun. All right, Apple. Nope. Not ready to go yet. Tesla still in a good place to get in if you guys like scalping. Actually, maybe there's no, I don't trust Tesla. I'm not going to touch Tesla where it is. It's too difficult. Might as well load up on this Apple position. That's the safest bet from everything I'm looking at. And AMD's in a reversal. Look at that. A week and then reverse. Who's into AMD? And that's something. Fun. This is another fun day. It's been fun every day this week. Lots of opportunities, lots of setups for all kinds of trading styles. That's the beauty about it. Okay, Apple, if it just breaks that little high over there, the high of day, once it breaks a new high, that would give me enough encouragement to get into it and put the risk back on. It's just not there yet. There it is. There's the high. Okay, there we go. Back into a full-size position. There we go. Now, let's have it run. Put the risk back on. The stop is basically halfway in the range. About 212 is the stop. And let's see if we can have some fun with this. The target is 214. And okay, what's up with Meta? This still doesn't want to go. Who said something about the Apple news? What was it? Losing billions of dollars? It's just pocket change,
That's
right?
me.
Oscar. All right. Well, $1 billion sounds like a lot of money, but not for these guys, right? What was it? There was news last week about Google losing money or something, and it was like, they were fined, I don't know, $50 million or something. And do you know what Google makes in a day, as in profit, just net profit after tax and all? It's hundreds of millions. It's like that kind of SEC fine or whatever that was. It was just, it doesn't impact these guys. It's just big numbers that they throw on CNBC, and we get all pumped up about it and get silly. Anyways, all right. So as it approaches 214, a few cents before, I'll start really taking this off. I don't want to keep the risk on the table. We're pretty much there. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that rejection. Okay. Now I've seen that 3 times already. I'm taking this off. The majority of it, at least. Okay. Down into the 20s. I had, 400 contracts or something. You can see that rejection there. The momentum was good on the breakout. It could easily come back and retest, which I'm not gonna wait for that. There it is. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, the trade is over. I'm gonna stick the stop at break even and a little better. And if it goes, it goes. Otherwise, for me, it's over. You can see it's misbehaving. It got extended very quickly. When it goes fast, if you have moving averages, you'll see it's away from the moving averages. It's extended. Anyways, once you have a fast pop, that's when it gets dangerous. So I like trading later in the day. You don't get these fast pops. It just steadily keeps going, and it's more healthy. The price action is healthier, and it just goes. All right. Now Meta. Who wants to play with Meta? Maybe it's worth putting a sim trade on Meta, because this is a new strategy. Don't know if I want to start playing too much with this on a Friday, especially. Just rather take it slow. And there goes Apple. See, it's coming back. So this is a reversal, guys. Naked trading charts, looking at a reversal. It's been super bearish. Just looking at yesterday's activity. Then it put in this big hammer, and the new high would be the entry, but new high off of the next level is what I would look at. I mean, just looking at yesterday and today, if you go zoom out further, it's been bearish. It's kind of hard to see much. You see a double bottom here that looks decent. It's not ideal, it's decent. But once you come to here, it's like, what is this? You want the long tail hammer to have lots of room to the left. It should be down at 570 and push up. It hasn't done that. Not yet, at least. Well, I mean, that hasn't done it, but it could still be bullish. Again, this strategy is not something I've done in a year and a half or something. Don't really know what to do with it. So, it almost got me. Stop is 146. Average cost 142, 143. So close enough. All right. Let that go. Who caught Tesla? Look at that. Straight to the target, huh? Trying to look back on Tesla and see what it truly was. Yeah, you had all that bullish activity. The breakout, like we're talking about, would have made sense. And it did work, so it's still going. There you go. Breakout, retest, straight up. Anyone catch that? That's a perfect pattern. Still a perfect pattern. On a 30-minute, it's pretty good. Got it? Who got it? PowerX?
For my, yeah, that's me. That's my company. Yeah. Sorry for that. I'm using my basic now.
Okay.
My target is the next level.
What's that?
242 will be 245 around there.
Yeah, about 245 makes sense.
Yeah.
I would be careful here. This on a 30-minute chart, I don't enter longs over here. This is the breakout, because I like breakouts from consolidations. So this is a consolidation. This is the breakout. And you can enter long here, and then you can manage your trade going up. But if you're telling me it's a breakout here, well, it is actually a breakout here. On a 1 minute. On a 30-minute, it's not. It's just hit resistance. So I wouldn't trade it. So my style is the fractal pattern thing is you lean in on the 30-minute. That's the setup. On the 30-minute, this is where it could potentially reverse or get stuck. So I will not start a new trade here. I go into a 1 minute. You could think of it, okay, it broke out, it's retesting and go. It could be, you can play around with all this stuff, but I don't trust it here. I'm looking at 30-minute perspectives. That's where I get conviction from. So that's where I'll put on the size. Okay, me. So done with that. Okay. Yep. Go
I
ahead.
can
Sorry.
start closing, like managing my risk with the moving the stop loss.
Mm. Fair enough. Yeah. There's different ways to do it. That's a good one. Trailing the stop or trailing the price is really effective. Careful with it though. I mean, you got to know what to use at what points. That's the difference. Yeah, good man. For me, the most important thing is always where do you start the trade? Therefore, manage your risk from there, and then try and keep de-risking as it goes. And then, ideally, you're holding the majority of your size for the target. So even here on this Apple one, if you look at the executions, that's the beginning of the trade. Then I de-risked it, right? And then once the conviction was back, I put the risk back on, and then I went through the target, and that was it. So I'm always thinking about risk rather than reward. The more you minimize risk, I mean, talk about 80-20, and if you really dumb it down, you can dumb it down to 2 to 70, or no, what's the number? I forget. It's 2 to 60. You'll get 60% of your results from doing 2% of the work compared to doing 20% of the work and get 80% of the results. Now, so 2% of the work, just dial that down to two things, risk and reward. And you just focus on that, you'll get 60% of the results you should get. And then you take that even further, and here's where it gets fun. What I've discovered is you take it down to 1% from two things, nail it down, do one thing only. And that is risk management. Just focus on risk. Forget everything else. Don't even bother too much with the reward. And you'll actually still get about 60% or even more of those results. You get like 80% of the results. It's something like that. It's kind of how day trading works. So basically, the most important thing to think about in day trading is risk management. Just to do that. Even when you're in a position, you're trying to figure out where to take profits, think about risk, forget about the profits. Or you're starting a position, think about risk, forget about the profits. And then as you get more experience, you try and analyzing targets and trying to figure out ways to hold for targets, bigger moves. That comes a little bit later. Then you can really expand. But again, risk management, guys, 80-20, it's the number one thing. It's everything in day trading. And if you do just risk management, I mean, most people are satisfied with the results they get. But just risk management, I mean, nothing else, just nothing else. So those are things to think about. Look at that Apple as well. Look at that. Perfect. Eh? Breakout, retest. I didn't survive the retest, and off it goes. Now it'll hit that target. This was, 0 DTE options. You can see how just the moment the price doesn't go anywhere, these options just start collapsing because it's 0 DTE. So again, risk management or de-risking is even more important. All right, let's get meta. Again, this is a strategy I'm curious about. I took the long up here previously and it got stopped out. Again, the idea is it's strong above that level, but the indication on the 1 minute chart is not, I don't know. I don't see anything that's truly telling me it's strong. Maybe an ascending wedge, sort of. I don't know. Maybe it's worth putting on a trade on the simulator just to get a feel for it. There's a sim account. So if there's an ascending wedge, I'll put the stop here below 585, below this big red candle. I get the meta contracts 590 is only just out of the money. That'll be fine. Make sure it's in the sim account. All right, let's put on 50 contracts. There we go. So I got a simulator trade on, and the stop will be down here at about 240, 230. Stop market at let's say 35. Make it easy. Okay, simulator trade. If this makes $100,000, I'm gonna be pissed. It should be a real trade, but it's an experiment. So the strategy is...
welcome to my life.
I know, man. I've done this many times. You know it. I know. We all know it. It never works the other way, where you're trading. You think you're trading live. You make some losses, and you're accidentally in the sim. That never happens. It just doesn't. It's like when you make a big winner, you're accidentally in the sim. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But watch this thing. I stopped out in real money. Now it's gonna be a huge one in sim.
Yeah. It's gonna eclipse all of your real trades.
Shit, man. It's gonna be a miserable weekend. Oh shit. All right, let's see that way. So again, here's the strategies. Put it on, let it run for the levels. So this is the first target. Take off maybe half of the position there. And the next target is next area of resistance. So just going up. Resistance is here. Yeah, we went through this yesterday as well. Right about there. 600. So 592 and then 600. That's it. Let's see if this thing really goes. Oh man. All right. While this is doing it, let's get all those screenshots and all that stuff done. Apple, put that on the screen. Apple, the fucking thing goes to the target. Oh man. Yeah, these contracts, man, you can see how badly they move. These 0 DTE, they move very differently. You know, if it didn't do this consolidation right here for this 10 minutes or so, this would have ripped up to like $2.50 and $3 on this contract. It would have just gone. But it refused. Anyways, can't complain. But again, that's the power of de-risking. You understand these time decay things and stuff, and you de-risk. That's very, very important.
I mean, just a question, like for 0 DTE, like is it better to play the momentum or?
I don't like momentum because your R's are very low, as in the reward side is low. But it's better to time the market. You know, your timing has to be really good.
Okay.
That's the hardest thing to do in the world. So, but you know the goal. You know what you have to do. Time the damn trade. Otherwise,
that's very easy. So it's okay.
Easy. It's impossible.
So also had another question. Is it like, you know, like do you always target like $1, $2 move, or you just play the level, like whatever the level is?
Yeah, level. I'm just interested in levels. It's just just because of options and 0 DT, I'm very aware if it takes its time going through levels, the longer it takes, the more likely I am to begin de-risking it. Like here, I started de-risking this thing after what, 4 minutes. You know, if it went on even 3 more minutes than it did, it would have probably been down in the red, you know, down here. But it popped because this is 0 DT. Yeah.
Okay, and do you take way in the money or just like at the money?
I like to go out of the money these days as much as I can. So I like the more out of the money, the more pop you get, you know, the more acceleration in the price. But again, you're assuming more risk. Yeah, again, you're assuming your timing is really, really, really good.
Okay. Got it.
So I'm working with that.
Thanks.
Yep, sure. All right, let's pop this screenshot into the BBT room. Get everyone going. I'll be right back. I'm going to mute myself for a moment. Ooh, someone else did something there. Look at that. Oh, shit. All right, guys. You see this big mess on Meta? It is just, it's not an ideal setup. Again, the setup was no good, even if it goes or doesn't go. I mean, what do you see? You just see it moving and then bumping into resistance. It's hard to, you kind of got to strain your eyes to see anything clean on it. It's very hard to tell that it's a decent setup in this second attempt, in the sim trade attempt. It may go, it may not, but that's what Meta does. Up here, what was interesting when I took that first attempt in the real account was you can see it pushed up to the level. First candle, very bullish. Second candle, very, actually, it's been bullish from the bottom there. Then this doji, that's the consolidation. Because it's so early in the day, you can even call this an ABCD pattern. What's pushed up in one candle is enough as an ABCD pattern. enter the new high, or as it's looking like it's breaking out. And this could easily run. Just opening volatility, opening momentum, things work faster. So that setup was decent. This is, at least when I entered, which was 950, around here, it's not ideal. Even now, it's hard to say anything about it. So anyways, working on strategy. This is how you practice. You can do it here in paper trading, or go into the replay mode in trading terminal and do the same thing. I've done hours and hours and hours of this stuff. So anyways, that's how that goes. Who else is into something good here? Anything fun? Yeah, Microsoft made a move, huh? Look at this. But it's just, what do you call it? Very tricky. So again, naked trading setups. You guys know the webinar, you've seen it. Or if you haven't, go take a look at the recording. It was 2 months ago, I think. This big long tail hammer, room to the left, this is where you go long on the new high. But the context isn't appropriate. It's happened after a giant red candle. So you can't trust it. Now, it did go, but a lot of times it does not. Look at Amazon, same thing. Long tail hammer right after a giant candle in the other direction. I wouldn't take this. If you look at Google, very, very similar. A little better, very similar. Look at Meta, similar. But I actually prefer this. I just don't see this candle as massive, because look at this candle. It's actually just encapsulating the consolidation. And it's a big bearish move, and then consolidation, long tail hammer, reversal. And now it's working. Damn thing. I told you guys, right? Sim trades work beautifully. Oh my God, like this thing is just gonna go and go and go. So getting up to that target, we'll take some off. You can see 0DT options. You can see how Meta's just passed its own high, but on the options it hasn't even got to the high yet, its own high, because of the 0DTE nonsense. It's just decaying as the time goes by, and it consolidates, doesn't go anywhere. The contract decays. So very, very careful with this. It decays when you're out of the money and when it's close to expiry. Two things that make it decay very fast. Oddly enough, that's exactly what I seek out in the SPY. Whenever I trade the SPY, I'm looking for that. Because when it goes, if you time it right, if it goes quickly right after you get in, then it accelerates and it goes fast, really fast. It makes a big move. But again, you better be good with your trading. Time it right. And manage your risk. Really manage your risk. I find it really complicated.
Like Avi, like, do you see with Meta the levels are a little bit off, or
what are you looking at? I'm not looking at Avi8ors levels. Not at all.
okay.
These are different levels. So let's put on those Avi8ors levels and see if you could actually trade it on that today. Well, I don't even want to do it, but let's see. 8 a.m. I keep screwing up the 8 a.m. candle. Where? Gosh, I can't even see it. There it is. Okay. Oops. I'm gonna zoom in and see this, and see how much you have to really zoom in on Meta to make this work. I mean, just put it there in the middle. Now, what are you gonna say? These are the levels right here. I mean, you can't even. Where's it going? It's half a candle. It goes to another level. I don't even know what to do with it. There's nowhere to go. Meta is doing this all the time, and then it explodes and it goes 5 times the distance of any of these levels. And we've been seeing that every day for, I don't know, this whole year so far. So I don't trust the levels on this stock. It just moves differently. So I'm just looking at 30-minute levels, drama levels, reversal levels, basically. Down here, big reversal, down here, big reversal, up here, reversal, stuff like this. Let's see.
Okay, so you're basing it up to 30 minutes.
Yeah, just basing it on 30-minute chart. Again, nothing new. You guys have seen this over the years. I've done plenty of this stuff. Just haven't done it recently.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks.
What am I missing here in the chat? Who said what? Vishnu, you want to know about Tesla? All right, let's have a look at Tesla. Well, like we said earlier, did the breakout, went to the next level. That would have been the target. Then it's messing around in that area. This looks like an area of resistance to me. You can see where it was resistance earlier, and it's also lined up with the level very nicely. So that's on the 30 minutes. I wouldn't touch it up here. There's no strategy up here on a 30-minute. You might have to wait for a couple hours for a setup to come true on the 30-minute chart. 1 minute, I don't know. I wouldn't short it. No, I wouldn't do anything with it. It's just a mess. Try not to play with this thing. Tesla's a great big mess at the moment. Cool. I think I'll be done for the week with this. Anyways, I'll hang out here with you guys for a while, and then we'll have happy hour a little later. So let me know if there's anything on your minds. We can have a chat. Sujit, you got a hot mic, buddy. Hot mic, hot mic. There you go. Thanks.
I think this pre-market 30-minute is really working out. I mean, the entire week we saw there, right? So it respected the candle which was formed. So just like Apple and Amazon, they all did exactly the same, pretty much similar behavior.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Awesome. I mean, I was like, okay, because I was confused between Amazon and Apple, but then I moved to Apple because of Amazon had a very big candle before it, right? 30-minute.
Yep, I had the big one.
Yeah, big one. So I said, man, I just minimize the.
Yeah, no, good call on that. Good call. Yeah, once you can trust your levels, then it becomes easier to look at patterns because you're only looking at patterns at levels. So most of the time, it's not even worth looking at the chart. Just wait for it to get to the level, and then you just start waking up a little and see if something forms. And it's actually really slow, really slow. 30-minute candles are slow. So it's nice, it's de-stressing. You don't need to stress out about jumping into ORBs without a plan and all that stuff. That's just scary.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Avi, would you consider like, okay, 30 minutes is what we have, right? I mean, in terms of the levels. I was thinking that during the day when we are monitoring the stocks, I mean, do you think that we should break it into 15 minutes because that is like a shorter distance, although, I mean, I was trying to see between 50, have you ever considered between 15 and 30?
I used to have 6 time frames on my chart at one point. All of them, basically.
Yeah.
I don't see the point of the 15-minute as far as an entry candle time frame is concerned. It's just not sharp enough. Even the 5 is not sharp enough, at least for what I like to do. The 1 is what you needed for an entry. For a setup, yeah, it could work, but the 30 is bigger. You get a bigger setup. You get larger moves, generally speaking, if you're targeting 30-minute candles. Actually, it's easier to read 30-minute charts because there's less candles. There's half the number of candles. So less work you got to do, the more better, right? The more 80-20. Unless you mentally drain yourself. So I have never found value in the 15-minute chart. I just haven't consistently. So yeah, I've played with it.
You played with it?
Yeah, I have. Oddly enough, the one thing that was actually good for a while, for I think a period of 6 months or so, I traded it consistently, was a 60-minute chart off of the 5 EMA. That was nuts. Let me see if I can find you guys an example here. Let's see if we can do this. You remember doing this? It was 2021, I think, or 2022, perhaps. Let's go to the 60-minute chart. Let's put on. Give me something in play. Let's forget about these talks. We've been looking at it today.
Apple has really respecting the Fibonacci level. It's literally prophetic levels.
Apple's the best, right? It just hit the level.
That's amazing. Okay, so no, I just wanted to reconfirm because I was getting a little confused. I thought maybe 30 minutes is much longer a time for the day trade, right? I mean, we are day traders. Majority of us are scalpers. So, but you have a valid point that less the candles, more clarity on the chart, and less headache. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's just how I do it. So, here's what I used to trade years ago. Gosh, I can hardly remember it now. 60-minute chart with the 5 EMA. and I was looking at 60-minute trends. So you have something like this day here. When it loses the 60-minute candle on it loses the moving average, and once it starts to pull up towards the candle, and I used to look at it on a 60-minute, not even looking at any other time frame. So this candle opens, it goes up towards the moving average, then it pops back through its own opening price. That's the entry, and the stop is on the other side of the 60 EMA. That's the entry, and you're in this thing. And the exit, I used to always look at the level 2. So 600 would be an obvious one, big level 2. And this on this day would have been a massive trade.
Yeah.
Then you go on this day, and then you're like, what do you do here? You go short, and then you stop out, and you attempt it again. Maybe you catch it. It's really tricky. You wait. Look at that. There's only 4 candles in a day or something. Then you have something like this on this day where you put in the hammer, right? It's weak here. Maybe you try and catch it. Maybe you don't. But I would more likely look at the hammer, and then if it goes through the moving average, that's the entry, and the stop is below the entry candle. And then again, going for the big round number with the liquidity, no, it didn't work. It would have ended up with, I don't know, probably a break even at the end of the day or something. I used to trade all the time. I have like 10 tickers on and look at all the tickers, and then find 2 or 3 opportunities every day like this. It was profitable, but again, not great. You can see it's messy. Very subjective, very messy. But I did make it profitable for about 6 months. It was okay, but just okay, and I wasn't doing options and stuff with this. This was just equities.
Yeah.
But again, you gotta, if you're curious about something, go back test it. Look at screenshots like this. It's not even screenshots. Just look at DOS and zoom back out, and you can look at 100 tickers, and within an hour you'll have statistics. Does it work? Does it not? You can write it down on a piece of paper, and already. That's back testing.
I'm doing back testing right now on 15. I was just okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's see. But you're right. I mean, I think that the less it is, the more focused we become, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. You gotta stay.
You get the price action, right? I mean, which is the key thing. Yeah.
Isn't it easier? Candlesticks and levels. And here's another concept. What's easier to hit, a stationary target or a moving target?
Yeah.
What's easier to hit, And so moving averages are moving targets. Level 2 is also a moving target. Liquidity comes, liquidity goes, and you're always like chasing the damn thing. Same with moving averages. But look at levels, especially Avinacci levels. Can you move them? You cannot. They are there. There's a very definite description. It's defined. You can't fuck with it. You just can't. And so easy, So that's one less thing to think about. And I just watch candlesticks. One moving thing at a time is enough for me. That's candlesticks. One moving thing. And the rest, make it easy. So.
And within that as well, Avi, as you always say, we have to figure out the structure. We have to figure out the strength of the candle shows us what is happening at the level 2. Either it's making higher highs or higher lows, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Those things. So you're right. The less it is, the better it is.
Yeah. Exactly. Even within one indicator, there's so much detail you have to pay attention to, as you just said. Candlesticks themselves, there's so much detail just on candlesticks that you have to know: structure of the candlestick, the pattern, the location on the chart. What's the context? and so many things. This is just candlesticks. And then you want to add 5 moving averages, and forget about it. So that's what I think. All right,
right, absolutely right. Yesterday in webinar, you said that as well. I said, listen, the candle tells me what's happening at level 2 anyways. It's buyers and sellers and all. And many of the times when you are saying that while live, I've noticed on the level 2, I mean, it's pretty much matches there.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, if you were watching Meta now in the last 1 minute, you would have seen this thing go down and found a buyer right there. It probably would have gone up and then maybe pushed down just a little bit, made a higher low, and then pushed up quickly, maybe 2 bounces or 3 bounces off of a 586.08. And you would have been able to see that if you're zoomed in like this, and you actually have eyes on it while it's happening. As soon as it pushes up through the level, you're in long there, and the stop is right below. That's how I trade the open. That's how I took the entry today on Apple. Same thing. So you see me do this every day at the morning at the open. I'm watching that initial candle. And then, of course, I watch it later as well when I'm interested. Like in Meta right here at this level, this would have been an excellent example right now. Just wasn't watching it. But go in the replay mode and watch this candle today, and you'll be able to see exactly what it's doing. You can see within the candle, you see what's happening on the tape. You just don't see the volume, as in, is it white prints or algorithms or all that, those details. But truthfully, I don't need those details. I just need to know it's moving that way aggressively. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go, same thing. But it is a pain in the butt today, Meta. And now I'm saying I'm happy I took the sim trade. But let's see in an
It's
hour.
going to be profitable. Your same trade is going to generate some profits, Avi.
Sim trade. That's bad. I'm going to start trading the sim from now on for the rest of the year. That's it. I'm done.
I don't want to say it. I'll reserve my comment for the letter in the happy hour. So I have a very good parallel to the sim trading. Over the years doing sim trading, I figured out, okay. And I'll tell you that once we are in the happy hour.
Okay. Sure. This is great. You know, for the first time in, I think, 6 months, I'm actually done trading while the sun is still up. This is nice. I like this feeling. This is new. It's a whole new world now. I'm getting into something. I like this. Now I can actually go into the night rather than trading into the night, which is just...
Avi, with the profits you are making, who needs the sun, man? So it's anyways bright for you.
I'm still not break even, man. I'm still making back losses from the first 2 years.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm way beyond that now. But yeah, it's good to find stability. That's important.
Yeah.
Always good. What do we have in the chat here? Yassine, yes, I was talking about the 5 EMA on the 60-minute chart. I mean, but it's a strategy for a good reason I don't use anymore. So I'm not suggesting it. What I was trying to show is that I'm trying to demonstrate that whatever ideas you may have, whatever you're curious about, whatever your creativity tells you, go and backtest it. You never know. It's just out of that daydreaming and being, in a state of wondering about stuff that I found these Fibonacci levels. Then I backtested them, and here we are now. So like that.
Yeah. I mean, I just had a question on backtesting. So you actually play that day, or you just look at the charts and...
So, backtesting is looking at the charts and finding statistics from there. But then you should do replay trading. Or, replay trading is the easiest. Why would you not? Just do that. Go into the replay mode trading terminal and trade that set up 100 times. And see if you
Okay,
can.
so backtesting is basically looking at the charts and applying your strategy and see if it works.
Yeah, and then there's sim trading, which nowadays I just do it in the replay mode better than sim trading, because sim trading you have to sit here like this, while the market's open. Replay trading, you do it, anytime you want, and do it all weekend if you like.
And just to add to that, I mean, some of the softwares give us ability to backtest the strategy. They give you the statistics at the end. What is your win percentage, what is your loss percentage, etc., etc.
But the problem is that if I didn't know how to do the backtesting on automated software, right? Like, what do you? I really don't know how to put your, rules in place.
So I use Tradzilla. This is the journaling software. It has a very good backtesting setup in there. So you just go in there, pick the tickers, pick the amount. Like, for example, I use the same amount which I actually have in my account. Yeah. And I use the same size which I use here on actual. And for example, 5 minutes or 15 minutes, as I was talking to Avi. Okay. You pick up one strategy and then you follow and you start running the sim, and then start picking up on those, mark the levels, do whatever you gotta do, right? Just as, and then start taking trades.
No, but how do you input your strategy? Like, that's where I'm struggling. Like, you write a code for it, or?
No, you just do it. You just do it. I mean, you just execute, just like we are executing the trades right now here. That's what I do. And it's giving me my statistics in terms of my win-loss rate, how, if I'm losing.
Yeah, but that's not back testing.
Yeah.
That's forward testing if you're doing it live, right?
So I'm doing it on the previous data, for example, the last years. I'm started doing it from January 2025 till now.
So you have to manually trade.
So I manually trade. it. I mean, in TradeStation, you can put the strategy in there and run it. It will give you the results, right? But I'm not using TradeStation, so I'm using it on Tradzilla.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Umar, you can guide it more. You do it as well, right?
Well, I don't use anything for backtesting except DOS here. All I do is look at look at the price action. I can zoom out for, I don't know, a couple of years on DOS if I need to. Just look at the price action and I watch it. Okay, I would have entered here, I would have stopped out, or it would have been profit, and I just look at the whole thing. Spend 30 minutes just going through it candle by candle, day by day. And suddenly I've got 500 trades that I would have taken if I had that strategy, and now I can see the statistics and I'm just writing it down on a piece of paper in front of me. For me, that's backtesting. It takes about 30 minutes to do. But yeah, as you said, there's software that does that for you, but I don't know anything about them. I have not used them, so maybe you know more on TradeZilla and stuff.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. But thanks, Aditya.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, one thing here. You're using DAS, right?
Yeah, I got DAS. Yep.
Yeah, I mean for Jacob, for like backtesting, what I'm using nowadays is like the replay mode, right? You can fast forward, you can put it in a speed mode, and if you have some experience with writing scripts, now DAS has something called advanced script or advanced hotkey. You can start writing scripts to take trade or take markers, wherever you think your strategy is hitting. So this might help. Have a look at it.
Oh, okay. So that's the only problem. I don't know how to write a script.
Yeah, small secrets. Few.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Cool.
not using DAS right now, but I'm soon gonna take the subscription. So let me try it out.
Okay.
All right, guys, real quick, we got a question here. AJC, you want to look at Tesla? Tesla is interesting. So you did the breakouts, come back to the breakout area, but it's not looking bullish at all on the 1 minute. It's even set up to go break down. This is that descending wedge idea. If it was truly going to be strong off of here, I would have found a buyer, pushed up, big hammer, something. There's nothing going on here to tell me that it is completing the retest of the breakout that it did right about there at the open. For now, it might take a few minutes. It might not happen at all. It might, but for now, there's nothing in it. There's just nothing. Still, don't play with this. I mean, I won't play with this. Not yet. I wouldn't go short. I wouldn't go long. Nothing here. So take your time with this. Got some stuff in the chat here. Was that? So that's AGC. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. Yassine, you had the same strategy for the Qs on the daily. Worked well when you're in a bull market. And things go. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Yassine, that's right. With the 5 EMA stuff on the 60-minute, I get that. Yeah. Gaten, yeah, go ahead. Got a question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask if you have some time to go into some more about the fractal patterns, because when you are talking about, you look for example, a kangaroo or an engulfing or whatever, it's very clear and you know, okay, this is a kangaroo and this is what an engulfing looks like. But for fractal patterns, I'm having a bit difficulties and in order to know what I'm specifically looking for. I'm a bit all over the place.
Okay, let's put it on a very, very simple perspective. Let me find you one that makes sense. A simple one. Actually, Tesla. Okay, it's on the screen, but Amazon might be better. All right, let's look at Tesla. Very simple. If for fractal patterns, you have two time frames. The bigger one is the 30, and then the 1 minute as a small one. So what you want to see is a perfect setup on a 30. So what you're seeing here before the market open is this consolidation right here. And you can see a perfect resistance area. It was even the high of yesterday. It was the high of the pre-market. It was top of the 8 a.m. candle. It's all this stuff, right? And so you're thinking, okay, it's in a consolidation. It's got firm resistance. You know precisely where that is. On the bottom side, what you're also seeing is that it's doing a few little false breakouts. It's done it a few times. So every time it goes down, it's getting pushed back up into the range. And if you've seen the course, we have the Wyckoff stuff in there where false breakout, then you can anticipate a genuine breakout on the other side. Very normally that happens. And these are the best. When you have false breakout right before the open with the opening momentum stuff, it just creates a good breakout on the other side. So before the open, you're able to see this stuff. So the whole strategy is anticipate a breakout going up from there. That's on the 30-minute chart. Then you get into the 1 minute chart and it opens down here, right? The breakout that we're talking about up here on 30-minute is here. It's about 238, right in the zone, right up here. So you're not touching it inside the range. You're anticipating a breakout. Sure enough, Tesla goes, it breaks out. If you catch the breakout, fine. This would have been like a 1 minute ORB kind of breakout. But you missed it. Okay, fine. No big deal. It's still going and it comes back. And what is it doing here? It's just retesting the breakout right in this area. And you would have got long right about there somewhere. And you go off to the next level. On a 30-minute candle, you would have seen the candle go up and not close, come back down. Here's the retest that you catch, and then it goes up again. And that would have been all of this stuff. That's the first 30 minutes that closed right about there. So what you're looking for basically is what you see on a bigger picture, which is you're seeing a potential breakout that could happen there. So then go on the smaller picture and see if you're able to see the same thing. If you're seeing the same thing, the breakout's happening right there in the second minute, off you go long. If you miss it, you still get another opportunity because these are small time frames. It's on a 30-minute, it's nothing. So that's the thing. Fractal patterns is pattern within the pattern. And actually, what would be really great is if you just go to YouTube and search fractal patterns and watch any of those videos, any of them. A lot of them will just kind of trip you out a little bit, but they're really great. And you get the idea. You're seeing a pattern, and as you zoom in, you're bigger, you're zooming in. It feels like you're zooming into something, an object. And the further you zoom in, the more you see the same pattern emerging. And the same pattern keeps emerging. The further you zoom in, the same pattern keeps emerging.
And
so think of it in those terms.
And is
Start
this,
big and go small.
And is this then something that you can only do for breakouts?
No, this is just an example. You can do it for reversals. Let me see. Today, I think I did a reversal. Did I? Apple, was that a reversal? Let's have a look. I think Apple was a reversal trade, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Tesla did exactly what Meta did yesterday.
Don't even look at it. Where's Meta? Look, it's still stuck in the position.
Meta was yesterday $20 up, came back all the way down.
Piece of junk, huh? All right, guys. Apple, look at this one. So Apple, bearish, right? You can see from yesterday's high, even the second day's high, 2 days ago high. It's just moving down. So as it's moving down on a 30-minute perspective, it does this long tail hammer. It closes this hammer. That's interesting. I like these hammers, So this is telling you that it's likely to do a reversal. Hammer, room to the left, the naked trading patterns. But you're seeing it on a 30-minute. Now go into the 1 minute. Are you seeing the same thing where it's coming down, putting a hammer, and then going long? Yeah, it's the same thing. Look at that, 30-minute, 1 minute. It is the same thing. I don't see a difference. It's just that Apple opened here, so you couldn't trade it down here. You couldn't catch it down here. But right there, boom. That's where I got the entry. I think it was in this area and caught the move.
But doesn't it always look the same because you're just looking at a lower time frame? So doesn't it always just look the same?
No. No, absolutely not. Oh my goodness. No, it doesn't. When it does not look the same, that's when you don't touch it. Don't touch it. And that's how you know when you shouldn't be trading.
Can you maybe find one example today, or didn't you?
I think we'll find something, but right now it's time to take a lot of profits on this damn sim trade. Firstly, I'm taking half the position off. I'm trying to find what is half. I mean, that's about half there. Stick it at break even. So the trade worked on a 30-minute perspective. Again, caught it, go long and go. Wait, hold on. The idea here now on this strategy is if it breaks through and does a good retest, add it back on. So I had 50 contracts, brought it down to 25. There it is. And now it's at break even. If it gets me out, it gets me out. Otherwise, it continues, and you can add back those 50 contracts. Now I wish I took this in live money. Anyways, let's find a real one that does not align. I've seen many of these not align. Yeah, found one right here. Okay, never mind. What should I do? Let's put it on this chart here, put it side by side so you can see it easily. We have Microsoft here. Okay, so Microsoft, again, if you're looking at this, it's been bearish since yesterday's high, very bearish, and then it put in this long tail hammer. It's a bit subjective if this hammer happened after a giant candle or not. Is that a giant candle? I mean, Meta did the same thing. I took the trade. So that's a bit subjective. Let's say you see this as a big reversal, room to the left, you got the hammer, you'd enter the new high. Okay, fine. So, but now you zoom in on the 1 minute, and you're thinking, okay, it came down. Where's your reversal? You see a reversal anywhere here? Like it's come down and it's turned around, and you can catch the reversal. Where? This is an indecision candle right here with legs on both sides.
So on the 1 minute, you're looking for some kind of candle pattern that indicates the reversals.
Yeah. Yes. Now here's the fun part. You will be seeing this is just taking it one level deeper and a little more complex, but this is where I think there's a bit of magic. So you're seeing this stuff on the 30, you're seeing the bearish move and the big reversal. You're not seeing a reversal on Microsoft, right, on the 1 minute, but you're seeing it break out and retest, go long. So what you're seeing is a long here, and what you're seeing is a long here. Now you can combine that. And that's an interesting one. On the 1 minute, it's just a breakout, and breakout of whatever it was, pre-market, whatever you want to call it. On a 30-minute, you're seeing a reversal from bearish to bullish. Same direction, yeah. I take this all the time. But that's more complex. Now you can really get kind of
it's possible then that you go long on a red candle, for example.
Yeah.
Pulling back to the level that you say, okay, I'm in this.
Yep, like over here, you would enter. Where was my? It would enter probably here. I don't know. This candle would be white, but yeah, basically, if you're getting a direction on the big picture, and if you're getting the same direction on small picture in about the same place, okay, that's the gist of it. But that is more complex. To make it simple and be more precise and more conservative, look for the same pattern, the exact pattern within the pattern. Exactly. A reversal is a reversal. A breakout is a breakout. If you're seeing anything other than that, don't touch it.
And is it also down to the candle then? So, for example, you on the 30 minutes you look for a kangaroo, and then on the 1 minute you also look for that same candle, or?
Yeah. That's if you're being very conservative about it. Yeah, you should do that. I think that's a good idea. To start with, that's a good idea. Then once you get more proficient and more confident with it, you can get a little bit creative. And the way I've gotten creative is just, if I'm getting a big picture direction, I want the same direction in the small picture. Of course, at the same level, ideally, it should be, the levels should be, aligned, just about aligned.
And seeing some strength then on the smaller time frame. Okay.
Yeah. So that works out nicely. I think I did that on Meta. Actually, Meta is that right now. So look at Meta, the trade we're in here, which is really a nuisance of a trade. If it was live, I don't know how I would manage this. I know I'm just letting it be now because it's not live, but it's very hard to manage. All right, so Meta, again, coming down, catching the reversal, right? But realistically, I entered what, in this area somewhere. I even took it here first. And this is a breakout. You see that? Breaks through the level, retest. It actually did another retest and go. So I did that more complex fractal pattern on this. And here's the reversal. You can see the long tail hammer, room to the left, all that stuff. It gets to the next level and breaks out. So the 30 minutes telling me it's reversing. The 1 minute's telling me that the reversal is continuing, breaking out and retest and continuing. So,
and where would your stop have been here, or where was it?
Where was it? Let's see. I'm in this position now. Well, sim trade. Yeah, the entry was here. So where was that? 949. What was it? Here, somewhere here. I think the entry was right here, and the stop was below. Yeah, it was below this big candle. So this is a wider stop. I'm using this as a practice trade. So I'm trying to understand how I can trade this stuff. It's a slightly different strategy, but the idea is the same: fractal patterns. Looking for a big picture direction and the same direction on smaller picture. This is more about which levels and trade management experimentation.
And if you, on the smaller time frame, then see the setup that you are looking for, that you also saw in the 30 minutes, are you then, do you need some criteria of having room to the left there? Do you need something that tells you that there is some potential?
Yeah, room to the left is really critical. So if you look at this, actually good example here. Let me see, I got a tool here, I think. We can use this. Just a moment, trend line. All right. So this is good. Let's say we had this kind of candle, right? Well, this is bullish. This one's bearish. All right. So let's say you can see the line on the chart. Can you? The one I drew? Can you guys see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, cool. So you have Meta doing this big reversal, right? And so on the 1 minute, then it opens and it goes up and it comes back down and it does this long tail hammer, right? You can see this tail actually has room to the left. It's deeper than the previous one. Yeah. After this, the new high is a potential entry. Because now you're seeing a reversal. It was bullish, it was bearish, now it's reversing bullish again. So you're seeing a big reversal here, you're seeing a big reversal here.
Okay.
Right? We can have it that way. Ideally, you have the level there. The level's not ideal. But yeah, you can see it like that.
Was it the same for your trade that you did? Because you entered more to the top of the price action that day? And
yeah, well, that day, which day? Sorry.
Well, today you entered around 10, I guess, or 49, and then you also have room up there. Is it important that you have room to go up?
Yeah, well, this is a breakout trade. Basically, the first entry was a breakout, and there's room to the left over there. The second time was the breakout retest, and yes, there's some good room, so you can see where it went down and it went back up. It didn't look like, you see over here, there's no room to the left here. This is all just every candle overlapping the next one. Over here, it actually goes away, and then it comes back, right? Okay. So that's interesting. There's room to the left on this. Again, all this stuff is very subjective. So, I mean, it can be very subjective. So I recommend starting out conservatively, like being strict by the book, and then bring your creativity in later on once you have more confidence and success with it. So you'll be taking less trades, and I think that's healthy. And expand your trade book slowly as you go. And nice and easy. And there's plenty of opportunity. You don't have to go chasing stuff. You'll still find 10 trades every day, even with a very, very conservative style.
Yeah, and the less conservative is then also taking additional patterns that you have in mind. Or
Yeah, that would be the less conservative. And then go test it out. If you want to be less conservative, test out your creativity, back testing, replay mode testing, all that stuff, Back testing already gives you a lot of insight, and mostly it tells you don't do it. If it says no, then don't bother with replay testing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Avi.
Sorry, everyone, for hijacking the mic.
Yeah. Sure. No worries. All good.
Avi, I have a question. Can you go back to Tesla and
One more. Okay, Farzan and then Pascal. What you got, Farzan?
yeah, can you go back to Tesla, the 30 minutes, 1 minute? In 1 minute, there was a retest.
Where is it? Okay, 30-minute. Well, yeah, there you go. It seemed to happen. It was deeper.
No,
than
the first retest, yeah, 9:30, around 9:30.
Yeah.
So what pattern do you see as that confirms that is a retest?
Well, sorry, which one? 931 or what are you talking about?
9:30.
Yeah.
Around 9:30. No, around 90. Before 9:45. Where is it? So it
9:45.
comes back to
Yeah, this was a good one. We discussed this one earlier. Breakout retest. This was a good entry. As long as you get enough risk to reward to the target, you're okay. So
yeah, but how do you know it's a retest and it's not going down?
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? Because in naked trading, what you're looking for is a big bullish candle. Then you enter the new high. In this case, you're already at the target by the time you enter, so don't take it.
Yeah.
But look at this now. This retest that's just happened. This hammer close, you would have entered 10 seconds ago, right at the new high with the stop right below. You have 3-1. You're going up.
Yeah, that hammer confirms. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and you see, this is easier to trade when you're trading later. The candles are smaller, much easier, much easier. So
okay, got it. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, Pascal, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I'm having I understand the notion, but I see the fractal pattern more as a way to understand how the higher time frame is built. It's a bit like when you observe the structure of a snowflake. You see the snowflake once it's complete, but it's only after it has formed that you can observe how it's built. So but this is something you cannot do. You cannot do that before it has formed, right? So at that stage, I don't see it as a tool that allows you to anticipate the movement, So I understand the principle. I understand it, but I don't see it as a way of anticipation.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. Firstly, when you're looking at fractal patterns, it's a very dynamic thing. It's not static. It's not after it's formed. You're watching it as it's forming. That's why I suggest looking at those YouTube videos. Just type in fractal pattern, and you'll see. Just go through 5 of those videos. They're all like 1 minute ones, and you'll have a lot of fun looking at that. You'll see it as it's forming.
Yeah. I know. There's a book called The Power of Water. I don't know if you heard of it. It's
I don't really know.
I'll show you. It's like you'll see.
Yeah, so in mathematics, fractal patterns are basically things grow that way. It's 2-dimensional expansion. So that's in mathematics, and people who study math study all this kinds of stuff. But as far as it's forming, I mean, look at the chart right now. You have Tesla, it broke out on a 30-minute. And then it already did a 30-minute retest. On a 30-minute, just looking here where my mouse is, you can see it's got a wick here and it's bouncing off. So as you're seeing this on the 30-minute, then you zoom into the 1 minute, you see, oh, that's right, look at that. It's exactly the same. It's bouncing off. It actually did the breakout. It happened way back here, and it's just bouncing off, even with a higher low over here. Then you can take that entry that happened about 3 minutes ago. So it's actually, you can see it as it's happening. The clue to begin looking at the 1 minute is up here first, at the 30-minute. If you see it happening on the 30-minute, then you zoom into the 1 minute, and you see the same thing happening. You'll see it, obviously, if you're watching the breakout, you'll see it happen. And the 30-minute, the candle's just going. It looks like it's just slow and sitting there. On the 1 minute, you're seeing it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's bouncing off. You might get that entry, off you go. On this one, you're just seeing, look how slow this 30-minute candle is, just sitting there. It's not complete, but it gives you a clue that, hey, something might be forming here. Retest might be forming. And then you zoom into the 1 minute, and you see you have a closed candle, you have a bullish candle, and now it's consolidating. This actually looks decent to break out. As long as it gets through 240, which has probably got liquidity, you have a good chance to really run up, and the next target really is 245. So you're watching this in real time when it's very dynamic. And again, the clue is once the 30-minute begins to look like it's forming something, then you go into the 1 minute, you see that, oh yeah, I can see it. It's already 3 candles have already closed. At 30 minutes, you have 30 candles, right? So you have plenty of opportunity, plenty. So again, look at that stuff. Look at it in real time. Don't look so much at static charts. Try and look at, again, the replay mode I keep telling you. Put 2 time frames side by side, 30 and 1, just like I have here, side by side, and look at that. Play that, and then try to trade that in the replay mode. See what you find. That's how I found the strategy, and it's been really great. I found this like 2.5 years ago or something, and still using it in different ways.
Yeah, I got to get familiar with it.
Yeah, take your time with it. There's ways to do it. I mean, if it's too complex with 2 patterns or 2 time frames, and just do naked charts on 1 time frame, the 5-minute is pretty conservative. Just that. You've seen me do that before. Just do that. Not too complicated. There goes it. Boom, the breakout. Who's in this? Or retest Tesla. There you go. Fantastic. Sorry, Abazar, you wanted to look at NVIDIA. What's going on with NVIDIA? Sorry, that was a while back. Let's have a look. Yeah, it bounced off. Where'd it go? What does it want to do? NVIDIA is a great big mess on a 30-minute chart. There was nothing on the 30-minute chart that would tell me to go and look at the 1 minute. Sure enough, the 1 minute's moving, but it's nothing I would touch. If you like ranges, you have resistance up there, support down there, maybe that, but that's complex. I don't like playing that. So I think it's too risky. I'd rather not mess with that. Shane, room to the left is reversal? No, room to the left means it doesn't want to be where it is. That means it could reverse or it could continue. Whatever it is, it could do either way. Just means it doesn't want to be there. It's likely to move. Look at the SPY. I'll give you an example on that. On the 30-minute SPY is really interesting. See that big reverse hammer got room to the left. It doesn't want to be there. Sure enough, it just dropped. And the pattern's a reverse ABCD, basically. And you can see that. That's a very good pattern. If that happened in real time, when the market's open, I would have shorted that. Didn't happen. Yeah, fractal patterns, guys. Yeah, Shane, you too feel it's complex? Sure. I mean, it can be. It can be. You're looking at multiple time frames, and you're using one to lead you into the other. And that gets messy. If you're not sure about it, no big deal. I think the simple one, the really like 80-20 simplicity is 5-minute chart naked trading. And do that with these Fibonacci levels. You guys have seen me do this. I think it was January when I was doing that. Even December, I was doing a lot. And I moved away from that just because I want a little more accuracy in my trading. So I've complicated it just a little bit more, going to fractal patterns, which is actually a step backwards. It's what I used to trade. So yeah, just if you want to make it simpler, 5-minute charts and do it that way.
So how did you discover the 8 a.m. candle magic? Like, was it just coincidence or?
I woke up at 8 a.m. one day and I thought, oh, look, it's 8 a.m.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that, for that moment. It never happened.
It's actually Thor in the chat room was talking about it, so I learned it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, Mahindra, go ahead. You got something?
Yeah, so like with the Tesla chart, can you go back to the Tesla chart 1 minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like at 9:39 or 9:40, there was a reversal. Yeah. And like the question was asked earlier that how do we know that it is a reversal, and how do if it is going down? So we are not confident, and then you said that we can wait for some time and go for the next reversal. But then by the time next reversal, the 0 DTE option, since it is not moving, it will lose its value, right?
No. You're overcomplicating the whole thing. Firstly, it's not a reversal. It's a breakout. Look, it's so bullish. It's not a reversal at all. This is a breakout, a retest of the breakout. You can see that was a resistance area. It did a breakout from resistance, retest. So before it even comes back here, as soon as the breakout happens, right here in the 2nd and 3rd minute, you already, you're not trading breakouts, fine. Just wait for the retest. As soon as it starts bouncing off of this level, you can start anticipating the retest is happening, and you can get that long. It's tricky here because the candles are big, and by the time you enter, it's already got your target. You don't have enough to run, all that stuff. But then this area here is the retest is actually a little more interesting. It can go slower, and also it takes time to go to your target. You'd have entered this maybe 10 minutes ago, and it's still not gone. You're still just sitting with this until it goes. Then, of course, now if you're working with the options that are decaying, you have to think about that. You want to go in the money and go maybe further out in expiry, so you don't have to deal with time decay. So again, options are complex. Unless you are truly firm and solid with your strategy, don't touch options, because you're going to get chopped up and messed up on trades that you should have easily won. But just because you did options, it'll mess you up.
Okay.
So I'm saying don't touch options until you get a grip on all this stuff. You need room to run. If you don't have room to run, don't take it. Yeah, you need 3-to-1, 5-to-1 RVR. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Yeah. What else we got, guys? We're past 10:40 now. We'll have a few more questions here. And anyways, I'll be back in about an hour or so. We'll do happy hour today. What are we talking about here? Guys.
Jackie, ton micro est ouvert.
Guys, did your French again, damn it.
Yeah, because I let her know that her mic is open, so now she got it.
No one was talking here. I'm alone.
I just, it looks like, I don't know what's happened, because I've been checking, like, it looks like someone is,
hold on, guys.
is back on.
Guys, Dave, go ahead. You got a question here?
Avi, when they say like, okay, if the price spends like time at a level, like, so it is like not that good. Like, so if you look at the Apple at this moment, like it's consolidating there. So what do you think, like it can go down, or like, so if you can like give like some little input about this one?
See, Apple here, this is interesting. It got up, it's been in a bullish run, and then it hit the level. As naked charts go, you'd think, okay, this is a reverse hammer, take a short, but you don't do it because the reverse hammer happened right after a big giant candle, right? So you don't touch that. You know, this is the strategy on naked charts. And so you don't see a reversal set up here, and it's not breaking out. It's actually pushing down, right? And then it pushes back up, and then it pushes back down, and it goes up. And look at this. It's just sitting there. It's become choppy. It's not a reversal. It's not even setting up for a breakout. It's just happy where it is. It just wants to be there. You can sell 215 calls and get complex with options and forget about it. You know, I wouldn't do all that. But just leave it alone. This is a mess. Once it got here, and really about 5 minutes after this candle, you can tell, okay, definitely it's not a reversal, and you can tell it's not going to break out either, at least not for a long time. It's not even setting up for it. And I wouldn't touch it going short. Forget it. So leave this alone. There's 3 ways that stocks move, right? Up, down, and sideways. This is firmly sideways.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. What else we got here? Cool. All right, guys. What we'll do is we'll end this session. I'm going to go get some calls done and meetings. We got stuff to sort out with BBT and all that. And then come back for happy hour fairly soon. Probably start a little earlier today since I'm not doing YouTube and all that anymore. Sound good?
What time? Well,
yeah.
What time is that, Avi?
It's usually at noon. We have it scheduled for noon every day, but let's see how things go. Do it in our Discord voice room.
Early is better, Avi.
See you there.
Alrighty. See you guys.
Take care. Bye.
Alrighty. See you guys. Bye-bye.
See you. Merci, Pascal.